radiographer. I know about radiation. I used to be a radiographer. I know about radiation, I know about energy. I used to work for the NHS in the UK, and then I worked for a medical industry for 18 years, not big pharma. I worked for a medical equipment company. I've known about medical corruption since the early 90s. I know that it's been rife, and I know that CDC and the FDA are massively corrupt. It's been going on for a long time. The government's corrupt. But what's more relevant for me at the moment is that I retrained doing energy medicine. I'm an energy medicine practitioner, and as part of my job, with the equipment that I use, I can test whether people's bodies are suffering from radiation stress. And from around about February-March time, when there was the peak of the so-called pandemic, every single person, including myself, my own family, my own children, every single person I was testing was off the scale for radiation stress. I've never seen anything like it. It was as if we'd all been in some kind of Chernobyl disaster. And all the symptoms of COVID, where people were getting ill and dying during the sort of peak of the pandemic, were related to radiation issues. That's why people were saying it's not a viral pneumonia. The guy in the hospital in New York was saying that it was more like altitude sickness, because people had hypoxemia, where their saturation levels were down in the 40s and 50s, whereas it's usually unusual for it to even be down to about 92, and then it's normally a problem. But the blood was just had no oxygen in it, and that's because the radiation damages the red blood cells, so the red blood cells cannot absorb oxygen, and that's why the ventilators were not working when they were trying to ventilate people in northern Italy and in other parts like in New York. None of this is to do with a virus. It's not a virus, it's to do with a radiation attack. And the radiation attacks the lungs, it also attacks other parts of the body, but the lungs are delicate tissue, so they get affected quickly. It can have long-term effects, because then you can get scarring on the lungs, so possibly 2, maybe 6 months later people can still have breathlessness issues because of the initial radiation attack. There's also issues to do with, it affects the bacterial flora in the body, because the radiation sort of imbalances the body, so people end up suffering with IBS type symptoms and parasites and cystitis. Loads of people with kidney infections and cystitis, that's linked to radiation, and skin problems and hair loss and tinnitus and loss of taste, loss